Hey guys, so for today I have a kind of different video. I did one of these a long time ago, but I figured I'd do an updated version because a lot of you guys ask me, you know, what do I have on my iPhone, what do I use to edit my pictures, what type of apps do I have. I feel like this video is mainly surrounded on the photography apps that I have on my iPhone and what I use to edit my Instagram photos, but I figured I'd also just do a what's on my iPhone tag just so I can show you guys what's on my iPhone fully, and then I can go in and show you guys what apps I have to edit my photos. I don't really have too much on my phone. I'm a pretty like organized, neat type of girl that doesn't like to hoard anything in life except makeup. I do hoard makeup. I like to keep everything very minimal and simple and organized, so I don't have too many apps on my phone, which is good because you guys won't be super bored, but I do want to show you guys the apps that I do actually have. So if you guys are interested in checking out the apps that I have on my phone and how I edit my Instagram photos, then just make sure to keep on watching. Okay, so this is pretty much how my phone looks like when it's just on the regular page. I like to keep my regular page pretty clear. I just have like my 4 most used apps on the top and my other 4 most used apps on the bottom. So first you see here the camera, and of course this is something that I use so often. This is another thing that I obviously use pretty often. And then we have Instagram, which of course Instagram I use really often. I love Instagram. Who doesn't love Instagram? If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Yeah, I love this foundation, by the way. That was random. But anyways, yeah, I love going through my, is it called dashboard? Yeah, I think dashboard or timeline. And obviously checking through my notifications, replying back to comments and everything like that. And here's just a little glimpse of what my Instagram looks like. And of course it's just full of like makeup pictures and selfies and my YouTube thumbnails and everything like that. Then we have Twitter, and I love Twitter because Twitter is just that personal place where it's kind of not like Instagram, where Instagram I'm mainly just posting pictures of myself and makeup, and it's just very, you know, one-dimensional. Whereas Twitter is very like, you get to know me a little bit more on a personal level. And I do tweet, so definitely follow me on there. I love replying back to you guys. Any questions that you guys have that maybe you've commented on a video and I haven't replied, just because sometimes the video comments get crowded, tweet me and I do reply back. Like you'll see if you look on my timeline, I reply back a lot to you guys because I want to answer your questions and everything like that. So make sure you follow me. And then of course you have the phone, the messages, my contacts, and my Safari browser because I use that a lot. Next, onto the second page here, I have some of my most used apps. I pretty much keep on the second page, and then the third page is pretty much just like, I hate to say it, but like those leftover apps that I don't really use that often. So first things first, I have my music. I don't keep my entire playlist on here. I just kind of keep my gym playlist, and which I have one of the most unique gym playlists ever. I feel like normal people don't listen to Nicki Minaj and Gucci Mane and stuff like this when they're at the gym. Recently added and stuff like that, but I don't keep my entire playlist that's on my iTunes on my phone. Anyways, I have videos, which I rarely use, but I just keep it there because it kind of goes along with the music, FaceTime, and then I have my mail, which I use so often. I get tons of emails, but I'm so good at keeping up with them. Like you'll even see like I have none right now because I'm always going through my emails, always replying, and I'm always on my email. If I'm on my phone, I'm either on Instagram or I'm replying back to emails, either whether they're business emails or they're YouTube emails from you guys. As you guys can see, I get every single comment that you guys leave on my videos. I receive email notifications of them, and I literally, you can see that I've read through every single one and go through and just reply from here and reply right on the browser as much as I can. And then the next thing you have here is Snapchat, which I love Snapchat. Like I'm obsessed with Snapchat. At first I really didn't like it. I thought it just wasn't very user friendly and I just didn't like the app at all. But now I love it. Like I love Snapchat. I'm constantly posting for you guys, coincidentally enough saying that I barely have anything in my story right now. I have added a lot of you guys back, but now I just have so many ads that it keeps crashing every time I try to add someone back, so I can't really add any more of you guys back, but you can still add me. My name is Amy Macedo on there, and I love watching, here's Anastasia. I love watching people's Snapchats. Like I just love it. She's so cute. I just love it. So yeah, it's just super fun. It's one of those things that when I'm bored, when I'm about to go to bed, I love looking at people's Snapchats. And then next you have the app called Snupps. This is a really cool app. It's actually pretty new. A lot of people don't really know too much about it. It's kind of like Instagram in the sense where you're posting pictures. It's basically like a collection of things. So you have your own profile and you get to kind of build shelves and put different things on your shelves and show people what things you own. And I think it's really cool for multiple reasons. I mean, it's nice because people get to see what you own, and I think, I mean, we're all nosy, we all want to know what other people have, but not only that, you get to see what you own, so that when you're out shopping, sometimes we buy things and we don't even realize we already have it. So I feel like having pictures of my makeup especially, I should add some clothes ones, but I feel like having pictures of my makeup especially tells me, girl, do you really need some more bronzers? Because clearly you got a lot of bronzers, and this is just a picture of my bronzer, highlight, and blush drawer, but it just kind of keeps you reminded and helps you save money because you realize you don't really need half the things you see in store. It's absolutely free and I think it's just a really cool app. Definitely follow me on there. My name is Amy Macedo there, and I will leave a download link down below for you guys to download it and create your own profile. And definitely just follow me on there and check out the stuff that I have posted already and will be posting. I also really like it because you can get so much inspiration on here. This is pretty much where I go for a lot of inspiration. You can go right into the makeup shelf and see what other people own, see everything like that. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I love looking at makeup. So the next thing that I have here is the app that's called Studio. It's pretty much the YouTube Studio app. This is an app for those of us who have channels and want to constantly check our dashboard. On this app, it's actually really cool. I can manage my settings and everything like that. You'll see like I have my recent uploads. I can go in here and actually edit a description box. If I ever forget to add something and I'm on the go, like if I'm not at home, I can quickly add something in my description box. I can make videos private and public from there. I can reply directly to you guys from here. So I just think it's super awesome to have, especially if you're making YouTube videos. The next thing that I have is my TD app, and this is something that I use a lot. I do online banking and I constantly am checking my statements and everything like that, so that's something I use a lot. So now we're getting on to some of the photo apps that I use. I'm thinking I'm going to skip that for now and go back so that I can really go in depth. I guess I can show you guys some notes that I do keep. This is my makeup list note. So I keep all of the different makeup or skincare that I want from Sephora and the drugstore. I keep in here because when I'm actually shopping for makeup, I'm like a kid in a candy store and I can't control myself, so I can't even remember half the things that I saw people talk about or mention that I want. So it just helps me to be able to keep a list. And then I have my settings app, which is, you know, just basic to have. Next I have the weather app, and then I also have the calendar, and then the clock, and then I have the app store, and then I have 3 different folders. One's called extras, where I pretty much keep all the apps that I do need and I eventually do use, but I just don't use them all the time. So I have Uber, Cineplex, MyBell, which is just my phone company, Crowdfire, which is really cool because you can check who's not following you back on Instagram, and you can check all those different things. You have YNAB, which is a budgeting app, as well as Mint, and then you have Pinterest, which I don't use too often, so I keep in there as well. And next I have my traveling app, which is just Maps, Transit, Google Maps. I actually should put Uber in there as well, but I barely use that either. It's just there just in case. And then I have the utilities app, where I pretty much just keep things that I can't delete but just have to stay there. I throw them in here, and then I have my calculator and stuff like that. So now on to the fun part that most of you are probably waiting for, is the photography app. So we're back on the second page. The first photography type of app that I have is Whiteogram. I'm obsessed with Whiteogram. It just basically makes any photo have a white background so that it puts it into a square. You have Facetune, which Facetune I love, I'm obsessed with. I use this to edit my photos and kind of make my makeup stand out a little bit better on camera, just because camera does wash out your makeup and it just never looks as detailed as it does in person. So I love Facetune, but I'm going to come back to that. Then I have Play Memories, and Play Memories basically connects to my Sony Nex 5T, which I use to take Instagram selfies, and I can actually Wi-Fi my photos from my camera to my phone through this app. So I absolutely love that, and you know, it's totally cordless. It just does it by Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. And then I have my photography folder, which I basically keep photo apps that I really do like, but I don't use too often. So I have Square Ready Video, and this just helps to put a video It's kind of the same thing as whiteogram, where it gives the video that white background so it doesn't crop the video. And then I have Alias, which I actually don't even remember what that is. I must have downloaded it a while ago, but anyways. Then I have Lens Light, which gives your photos that like lens light flare, which I barely even ever use. Then I have Free Video, which allows you to download videos off of YouTube onto your phone. So I use this if I ever want to post a little video clip of one of my new videos. And then you have, I think that's called Moldiv, that's a weird name, but this one's actually really cool because you get to just kind of make different collages and put pictures side by side or different types of collages. And then you have Photo Mirror, which I love because you can actually go in and put two photos beside each other and make it look like they're mirrored. Like, so something like this where they're actually mirrored, and I just really think it's really cool. You can do a bunch of other things too. Okay, so now onto how I edit my Instagram photos. I'm going to take any selfie that I have and I'm just going to show you guys how I edit it from start to finish. So the first thing I will always do is go into this one right here and start fixing up like the lighting aspect of the photo. So usually I'll always brighten it just a tiny bit because I can see that this picture is a little bit dark. So I will just brighten it just a tiny bit. I don't want to brighten it too much because then I don't want it to kind of get rid of my tan. And then I will just add a tiny bit of contrast just so that my hair sticks out a little bit more, because contrast really sticks to black. My hair is pitch black, obviously. And then I will go ahead and take sharpness and I will sharpen the picture. I'm just going to do it a lot so you guys see the difference. I'm not sure if you guys can really tell, but it does sharpen a lot. So I'm not going to do too much, but I like to sharpen just a little bit because it makes the photo look even more HD. You know what? I'm actually going to crop this right here. There we go. And then I will just save the photo and then I'll go into Facetune and I'll actually just import the photo. Now once I'm in here, this is where I will edit a lot more. I don't do too much crazy editing, like nothing that'll make me look totally different than it actually looks in real life. The only thing that I use this app for is to emphasize my makeup, just because in person makeup, just like for example, if you're wearing glitter, your eyes will just pop, whereas on camera it won't pop as much, which really sucks. So to get my makeup standing out, the only thing that I do is detail it, and I'll show you guys what that means. So I'll always zoom in. Well, first thing that I always do is detail my hair actually, just to make my hair stand out a little bit more and look more shiny. So I'll go into details, and then you don't want to do this part too much. Like, this isn't something that you want to go crazy on because it will look fake and not cute, but I will just run quickly through my hair. What's really cool about this app too is that you can actually see a before and after. If you press this button, that's the before and that's the after. It's a very small difference, but I do like it because it makes my hair stand out. So then I will save that, but this time I will zoom in on the eyes. I'll go to details. Right away I have a pop of color in the inner corner. I want to make that stand out, so I will kind of detail that. That's the before and that's the after. And it's not too much of a difference, but it does just give it that extra bit of HD pop. And I will also detail my eyes just a little bit. You don't want to do this part too much. I've seen a lot of people do this way too much and it just looks fake and it looks silly and cartoonish. So you don't want to go too crazy with this, but I will just kind of detail my lashes and then I will just detail my eyes a little bit, and you'll see how this looks. And it just brightens it just a little bit. And then I will obviously do the same thing to the other eye. And then I will go in, and if I have a really bright lip color, I will just detail it a tiny bit. And I will go in here and detail my highlight just a little bit. And then pretty much that's all that I will do. Super quick and easy, nothing too crazy. This is the before. And that is the after. So nothing too crazy, but I do like to just kind of make my makeup stand out. Another thing that I will do, I don't know why this bothers me, but I hate how my chest never looks really smooth. So I will take the smoothing app and I'll just slightly go over my chest a little bit. And I don't know if you guys can see the difference that made, but it just made my chest look a little bit more, tiny bit more smooth. And then I will just go ahead and save it, and then I'll post it on Instagram, and that's pretty much it for editing my Instagram photos. So that's pretty much it, guys, for what's on my iPhone and how I edit my Instagram photos. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah. Got their own Z palette. Like, they have their own Z palette, and no one else is gonna come in here, okay, except for these foil shadows, because they're so amazing. I love the quality of them. The pigments